We were doing Ampere-Circuital law. Who will tell me the statement? Yesterday we proved Ampere-Circuital law and also we stated it. Who will tell me the statement of Ampere-Circuital law? Yes. What is the statement of Ampere-Circuital law? Yes. Anybody? What is the statement? Ampere-Circuital law क्या होता है? Integral B dot dl is mu naught I. So accordingly you can state it in words. Line integral of magnetic field over a closed path is mu naught times the total current enclosed. ठीक है? तो ये था Ampere-Circuital law. Now we are going to do first application to find magnetic field at the center of solenoid carrying current. To find magnetic field at the center of solenoid carrying current. Magnetic field at the center of solenoid carrying current. So we are taking the axis of solenoid. This is a solenoid. So at the center there is a point and we imagine a loop passing through this observation point. Closed path we are taking because this Ampere-Circuital law is valid only to the closed paths. Okay, so we have taken this loop. Since this is an application of Ampere-Circuital law, we will start from Ampere-Circuital law. But since the solenoid does not have one turn only, it has many turns. So we will write mu naught I into number of turns also. This is for one turn. So multiplied by number of turns. Multiplied by number of turns. Integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I into number of turns. Fine. So let us find number of turns. I told you number of turns, small n is number of turns per unit length of the solenoid, which is L. So the total number of turns in the solenoid is NL. That we will do. And how can we write total line integral of magnetic field over a closed path? We can divide it into 4 parts. So we can write B dot dl over AB, integral B dot dl over BC, integral B dot dl over CD, and integral B dot dl over dA equal to mu naught I into number of turns, which is NL, into mu naught I into number of turns, mu naught I into NL. Now let us see which part contributes. This AB part is there, it's okay. You know, when we draw the magnetic field pattern due to solenoid carrying current, this kind of pattern we observe, this kind of pattern. You already know that. So just near the center of the magnet, magnetic field is 0. Just outside the center of this solenoid, it behaves like a magnet, the magnetic field is 0. So यहाँ पे B 0 है आपका. So this portion and for the other reason also that angle between B and DL will also not be equal to 0 degree. That will be 90 degree. So that's why these two portions BC and DA won't contribute. Also this portion CD will not contribute. This portion CD will also not contribute because magnetic field is 0 totally here. Right? Magnetic field is 0. It is out of the field. So these 3 portions will not contribute. We are left with only one term. So let us concentrate on this term. Open it. That is BDL cos 0 degree. For this portion, B and DL, they will be in the same direction. Okay? B and DL, they will be in the same direction. But if you see these two portions, B and DL, they will have 90 degree angle. अगर आप DL इधर ले लेते हो, तो B इस side पे है. So angle between B and DL is 90 degree. and cos 90 जो होता है वो 0 होता है. So that's why these two portions will not contribute. यहाँ पे तो पूरा का पूरा ही magnetic field is 0. So that's why it's not contributing. So we are left with only AB portion. Integral B dot dl cos 0 is mu naught I into NL. So B dl is mu naught I into NL. Now what is the length of this side? उसको L ले लेते हैं. Integral dl is L suppose. So B into L is mu naught I into NL. L gets cancelled and we get B is equal to mu naught Ni. So we get B is equal to mu naught Ni. All right. So B is mu naught Ni here. This is the formula for magnetic field. For magnetic field due to solenoid carrying current. And you remember आपने 10th में ये formula पढ़ा हुआ है. Now this is the proof of that formula. This is the proof of the same formula जिसमें आप बताते थे कि magnetic field due to this solenoid carrying current depends on two factors, number of turns and amount of current. So this is how you can do this. ठीक है? तो ये दो factors पे depend थे. First application. Now second application of Ampere circuital law is to find magnetic field at a point due to toroid carrying current that I was telling you. So heading दे दीजिए magnetic field at a point due to a toroid. Now at the center और center पे नहीं किसी भी point पे at a point due to a toroid carrying current. Magnetic field at a point due to a toroid carrying current. So there are three cases. First case is point lying outside. Point lying outside the toroid. So first of all, let us draw toroid. This is a circular solenoid, a circular spring that is called a toroid. So we want to find magnetic field here, outside at a point P, and inside also. In between two regions, say here. So at these 3 points, we want to find magnetic field intensity when current is passed through this toroid. When current is passed through this toroid, again it has magnetic field around it. So when the point is lying outside, अब आप देख रहे हो कि ये जो टोरॉइड है इसका जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है इनसाइड का एम्प्टी कोर भी 0 होगा, आउटसाइड भी 0 होगा. सिर्फ इतने रीजन में मीनिंगफुल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्रिएट होगा. So at a point outside, we will directly put V equal to 0. And second case, point lying inside the empty core. Inside the empty core also magnetic field is 0 there. For a point lying inside the empty core also magnetic field is 0. यहाँ पे भी 0 है, बाहर भी 0. अब यहाँ देखते हैं, ठीक है. Imagine a magnetic line of force here. Circular lines है, एक line imagine कर लेते हैं. So at this point we want to find magnetic field intensity. So draw the tangent that gives direction of magnetic field intensity and take the element also. Length element dl also. So V and dl are in the same direction. So let us apply at a point lying in between these two regions. So third case is at a point lying in between these two regions. So here, let us apply Ampere circuital law because this is the application. So again, this is mu naught I and number of turns से multiply करेंगे because that was for one turn. Toroid also has a number of turns, so we have to take into account the number of turns as well. So mu naught I multiplied by number of turns. Okay, mu naught I multiplied by number of turns. Let us find the number of turns first of all. Now again, small n represents number of turns per unit length of toroid. अब toroid तो circular है, toroid तो circular है, जिसका रेडियस हम सपोज r ले लेते हैं. So what is the length of a circle? That is equal to circumference 2 pi r. So length of toroid, mind it, number of turns is small n into length of toroid, which is 2 pi r. Length of toroid is 2 pi r. Solenoid is linear, so it is having certain length. But toroid is also having linear structure but circular, so its length is equal to circumference. 2 pi r will be its length. So apply now. You can see B and DL are in the same direction. Cos theta is 0 degree. Mu naught I, number of turns is n into 2 pi r. Number of turns is n into 2 pi r. Now cos 0 is 1. B बाहर ले लेते हैं. Integral DL. Mu naught I into 2 pi r into n. Is the step clear? If any step is not clear, students, you can ask. If any step is not clear, you can ask. Now again, what is integral DL? कौन बताएगा? What is integral DL? What should I write here? Yes. Yes, students, what is integral DL?
2 pi r.
Yes, that is also 2 pi r. Again, we have to tell the length of toroid, which is again 2 pi r. So put 2 pi r again here. We get B into 2 pi r. I think it's not visible. So that gives B into 2 pi r is equal to mu naught I into 2 pi r into n. So 2 pi r gets cancelled on both sides. In the last article, L got cancelled. Here, 2 pi r gets cancelled. So we are left with B is equal to mu naught ni again. Again, B is equal to mu naught ni. So same formula. Same formula for solenoid and toroid carrying current. ठीक है, दोनों का same formula है. Just the difference is in case of solenoid, small n is number of turns per unit length of the solenoid, and in case of toroid, the small n is number of turns per unit 2 pi r. And outer and inner radii will be given to you in numerical problems. So you have to find average radius. तो यहाँ पे r क्या है वो भी नोट कर लीजिए. R will be average radius of inner and outer radii. Inner and outer radii will be given to you. You have to take their average. And then you will find number of turns per unit length, first of all. You will take number of turns that will be given divided by 2 pi r. Then you will put small n there in the formula. So mind it, it's not just number of turns in the formula. B is equal to mu naught ni. It is number of turns per unit length in both the cases. तो अगर आप लेंथ से डिवाइड नहीं करोगे ये आपका क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग हो जाएगा. All right, students. Yes. If you have any doubt, you can ask now. Okay. So check whether all the two applications of Ampere-Circuital law are clear to you. So Biot-Savart law and applications are there. Ampere-Circuital law and applications we have done. Next, let us see force on a current carrying, force on a charge moving with velocity v through a region of magnetic field. Magnetic Lorentz force. ये भी आपने 10th में पढ़ा हुआ है. So do you remember the formula? Anyone? Is there anyone who remembers the formula? याद है किसी को? Force on a charge moving with velocity v through a region of magnetic field. क्या था वो? लिखिए.
F is equal to Q into V cross B.
Yes, very good. F is equal to QVB sin theta 10th में आपने किया था. So the same formula I am talking about. So that is called magnetic Lorentz force. Magnetic Lorentz force acting on a charge Q moving with velocity V. It should be moving. If it is at rest, no Lorentz force will be acting on it. Moving with velocity V through a region of magnetic field. Through a region of magnetic field B. Magnetic field B. So if charge is moving here, this is its velocity vector, and this is the direction of magnetic field intensity, and theta is the angle between them, then force, magnetic Lorentz force is given by QV cross B, or F is equal to QVB sine theta. And since it is equal to cross product of these two vectors, the direction of force will be perpendicular to plane containing V and B vectors. So we can draw force like this. The direction of force is perpendicular to plane containing V and B vectors. Is that clear, students? So now we will be discussing different cases. Case 1. Case 1. Different cases now. If the particle is already moving in the direction of magnetic field, it is moving parallel to the magnetic field. V and B are in the same direction. If it is already moving in the direction of magnetic field, then F will be equal to QVB sine 0 degree. Sine 0 is 0, so no Lorentz force will be acting on the particle. And if it was moving in a straight line path, it will keep on moving along the straight line path. Okay, so the particle will go on moving along the straight line path as if no magnetic field were present. तो उसकी मोशन पे कोई भी इफेक्ट नहीं होगा. So what kind of path it will have? आप लिख लीजिए, straight line path ही होगा इसका. It will continue moving in the same direction as if no magnetic field were present. Second case, if theta is 180 degree. If theta is 180 degree means this is the direction of magnetic field and this is the direction in which charge is moving with velocity v. So you can see that V and B, they are having an angle of 180 degree between them. Put now 180 degree, sine 180 is also 0. So again, no force will be experienced by the charged particle. So we conclude from these two cases that if the charged particle is moving parallel or anti-parallel to the magnetic field, no Lorentz force will be acting on it. Its motion will be undeflected. ठीक है, इसका जो path है वो same रहेगा. If it was moving along a straight line, it will keep on moving along a straight line as if no magnetic field were present. Now let us take up the third case. Third case, when theta is 90 degree, magnetic field is here and charged particle is moving at right angles with its velocity v, so that they are mutually perpendicular now. So let us put now F is equal to QVB sine 90 degree. Sine 90 is 1. So we get F is equal to QVB, which is maximum. Maximum Lorentz force acts on a charged particle when it moves at right angles to the magnetic field. Okay, maximum force is experienced by charge. अब उसके path पे effect जरूर होगा. ठीक है, अब उसका path जरूर affect होगा. So note it down. F is equal to QVB. Maximum force will be acting on charged particle. And what do you expect? Will kinetic energy of charged particle change or not? कौन बताएगा? So when the charged particle is moving at right angles, तो क्या इसकी kinetic energy same रहेगी कि नहीं रहेगी? Yes.
मैम constant रहेगी.
रहेगी constant. कैसे? How can you explain?
मैम क्योंकि इसमें velocity constant हो रही है ना, उसकी तो direction change हो रही है, मतलब magnitude में same रह रही है वो. तो फिर वो काइनेटिक एनर्जी हाफ mv स्क्वायर से v कांस्टेंट आ गया,
नहीं,
तो
वी
फिर सारी टर्म
कांस्टेंट कैसे कह सकते हो आप?
मैम ये जो मान हमने निकाला है ये एक वो यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन क्या बन जाएगा ना इसका मोशन,
हाँ, यूनिफॉर्म
तो उसके
सर्कुलर
अंदर भी
मोशन
लॉस।
बन गई. इट विल बी फॉलोइंग अ सर्कुलर पाथ. इस चार्ज
हाँ
पार्टिकल इज
जी,
मूविंग एट राइट एंगल्स एंड नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल में विल बी प्रूविंग कि इट विल फॉलो सर्कुलर पाथ. But in circular path, direction of velocity keeps on changing. So velocity can't be constant in uniform circular motion. So how can you say that? देखिए
मैम
कैसे.
मैग्नीट्यूड।
हाँ, मैग्नीट्यूड वो तो स्पीड हो गई ना फिर. ये देखो how we can explain. So it will follow circular path. This will be the direction of velocity and hence displacement also. अगर ये velocity की direction है, displacement की direction भी यही होगी. ठीक है. और आपका जो centripetal force है ये उसकी direction है along the radius towards the center. This is the direction of centripetal force. So if और ये जो velocity और magnetic field perpendicular है, ये जो force act करेगा वो भी उनके perpendicular act करेगा. ठीक है. ये सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स ही प्रोवाइड कर रहा है. दिस मैग्नेटिक फोर्स इज प्रोवाइडिंग द सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स बिकॉज ऑफ व्हिच द पार्टिकल इज मूविंग इन अ सर्कुलर पाथ. सो यू कैन से दैट फोर्स एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर. सो व्हाट कैन यू से अबाउट द वर्क डन? इफ फोर्स एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर, Fs cos 90 would be 0. ऐसे ही है ना? Say yes or no.
यस मैम, यस
So
मैम।
work is 0 and according to work energy theorem, work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. So that means kinetic energy is not changing, kinetic energy is constant. So we have to use work energy theorem to prove that in this case also it seems as if kinetic energy won't be same, but it is the same. Kinetic energy will be a constant. Okay, kinetic energy will be a constant in the third situation as well, and it will be following a circular path, but we will be proving that. अभी आप लिख लो कि circular path होगा, maximum force लगेगा when particle moves at right angles to the magnetic. Is that okay? All the three cases are clear to you? Then next article is magnetic force on a current carrying conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field. अब ये तो था अगर चार्ज है, चार्ज के बजाय अगर करंट हो, तो ये फॉर्मूला भी आपने पढ़ा हुआ है 10th में. कौन बताएगा? करंट की टर्म्स में मैग्नेटिक फोर्स का कौन सा फॉर्मूला हो जाएगा चेंज? यस, इन टर्म्स
I
ऑफ
into L cross P.
क्या? आई
Into L cross P.
हाँ, F इज इक्वल टू बिल साइन थीटा. आप यही कह रहे हो? आई क्रॉस बी.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
तो ये हो
Vector sum
जाएगा
code.
F इज इक्वल टू बिल साइन थीटा. इस फॉर्म में आपने किया था इसको. ठीक है. तो बिफोर दैट let us define one Tesla also unit of magnetic field intensity that we will define using this formula F is equal to QVB sin theta. So let us define one Tesla and Gauss first of all. F is equal to QVB sin theta. If charge is of 1 coulomb moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second at right angles to the magnetic field and it experiences a force of 1 Newton, then the strength of magnetic field will be 1 Tesla. Then the strength of magnetic field will be 1 Tesla. All right. So if we are taking a charge which is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second at right angles to magnetic field and it experiences a force of 1 Newton, then the strength of magnetic field is said to be 1 Tesla. तो लिखिए definition 1 Tesla की, हम इन सबको connect कर देते हैं and it becomes the definition. लिखिए 1 Tesla is the strength of magnetic field. 1 Tesla is the strength of magnetic field if a charge of 1 coulomb, moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second, the strength of magnetic field is said to be 1 Tesla. If a charge of 1 coulomb moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second at right angles to the magnetic field. At right angles to the magnetic field, experiences a force of 1 Newton. I repeat, the strength of magnetic field is 1 Tesla if a charge of 1 coulomb moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second at right angles to the magnetic field experiences a force of 1 Newton. If it experiences a force of 1 Newton, then the strength is said to be 1 Tesla. Okay, students, all right? Its strength will be called 1 Tesla. So the SI unit of magnetic field intensity is 1 Tesla. CGS unit is Gauss. CGS unit is Gauss, denoted by capital G. Its CGS unit will be Gauss. And accordingly you can find relationship between them. ये फॉर्मूला आपके सामने है. Q को कूलम यहाँ पे लिया आपने, मीटर पर सेकेंड, और टेस्ला और फोर्स को न्यूटन लिया. जब आप गॉस लोगे तो यहाँ पे आप स्टैट कूलम लोगे, सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड और डाइन लोगे. उनकी वैल्यूज पुट करके चेक इट आउट. योर रिलेशन विल बी 1 टेस्ला इज 10⁻⁴. जब आप चेक करोगे इनको पुट करके तो आपका ये रिलेशन आ जाएगा. For example, we express Earth's magnetic field, which is very small. We express it like this: 0.35 Gauss. Earth's magnetic field is very weak, and it is having this value 0.35 Gauss, or 0.35 into 10⁻⁴ Tesla. Is that okay, students? Is this concept of magnetic force clear to you? Then we will do force on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. So let us do the next article in terms of current.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
मैम ये 0.35 गॉस क्या है?
0.35 Gauss is value of Earth's magnetic field. I have told you कि अर्थ का फील्ड काफी वीक है, ये उसकी वैल्यू 0.35 Gauss.
Okay.
So we have to do the derivation now. Acting on a current carrying conductor. Current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. So now you are given I current, magnetic field B, and this conductor will have some length. So we are going to write how much force will be experienced by this current carrying conductor. So F was equal to QVB sin theta. If we use I is equal to Q by T, then Q is equal to IT. Q is equal to IT here, put it. ठीक है, राइट? या फिर आप वेलोसिटी को डिस्प्लेसमेंट ओवर टाइम, लेंथ ओवर टाइम पुट कर दो, ये डायरेक्ट रहेगा. सो वेलोसिटी इज डिस्प्लेसमेंट ओवर टाइम. राइट दिस टाइम अंडर Q, इसको इधर ले लो, साइन थीटा. सो Q by T is ILB sin theta, और F is equal to Bill sin theta. तो इन सिंपल वर्ड्स हम डिड्यूस कर रहे हैं इसको, बट वी विल डू द प्रॉपर डेरिवेशन टुमारो. तो मतलब उसी से ये फॉर्मूला भी आ जाता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ करंट, बट वी विल बी डिराइविंग दिस फॉर्मूला प्रॉपरली टुमारो. एंड विल यू टेल मी कौन सा रूल देता है हमें इसकी डायरेक्शन? विच रूल गिव्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ दिस फोर्स? BIL sin theta. Name the rule. Yes, you all have done these rules in 10th standard. Just name that rule. Yes.
Fleming's left hand rule.
Very good. Fleming's left hand rule. So the direction of force, this Lorentz force, is given by Fleming's left hand rule. विच स्टेट्स दैट, क्या स्टेट करता है कि आपका जो थंब है वो फोर्स देगा इफ करंट इज अलोंग सेंट्रल फिंगर, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अलोंग फोर्थ फिंगर।